Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Jordan here. Today we're going to be working on the Lego City. In particular, we're going to be working on the amusement park and also the train lines. Because let's face the facts, everybody, the situation over here is dire. Oh my gosh, it looks like a disaster. So it's time to fix it up and make it look somewhat presentable. I'm extremely excited to put a full day's effort into this area of the Lego City. And also, I'm excited to find the fixed position of the new Eiffel Tower set. Way up to the ceiling it goes. So train track is a big job because we're actually converting all of the regular ballast lines that I had in the city to the mills plated ballast lines. So we're raising everything up one brick, and that's actually raising up the train track so that it's higher than road level. You can see the new ones that we've got here, and then the existing ones are over there. So you can see the height difference. So closer to the city, we've got green on either side of the train track. So that's obviously grass. And then we filled the border in with all green bricks. And then you can see that that transitions into gray or concrete. And that's gonna be pretty cool because in the amusement park, we're gonna have concrete, and that's what we've actually constructed our two curves on. Look at the size of that plate right there. That's actually 4 base plates, 2 by 2, and it accommodates 2 L gauge standard curves. So that's going to go right here, and it's going to service the exterior train line and also the interior train line as well that services the amusement park. So this is the Ballast train track. We just built it using all sorts of tiles and plates, and it takes the regular RC track and makes it look pretty good. And then this is the mills plate that accommodates the Ballast train track. This is a single curve, and that's going to go in the far corner over there behind the loop coaster. And you can see that it uses 1 full base plate and 2 half base plates. So yeah, ballasting this train track and making all of the necessary changes is definitely taking a lot of time and a lot of parts. Luckily, I have my helper here today. His name is Simon, and he's doing a great job helping me ballast all of these different train tracks. Why don't we place the ones that we've got completed and see how they look? Oh, we also built these here. These are 2 double straights. So rather than building it on a half base plate, you got 2 train tracks on a single base plate. This stuff is just so satisfying to put together. I'm just having a hard time getting over this double curve. When the ballast lines are on the mills plates, they stand pretty tall. And the issue is we have to blend it into the road height train track. So we're building a specialized train track that's going to be 1.5 base plates, and it's going to slowly go down toward the curve here. Also, because the new train track is higher, I have to redo all of this work here as well, because obviously those were tailored to fit the old train track, and I've got to bring that all up to regular mills plate height. Train track, and more train track, everybody. Getting it all ballast there. We fixed this underneath here. I've put the raised line in, so that's what it's going to look like when we get that all done. Running low on some parts, but check this out. This gradient going down looks fantastic. Simon used flex track, and it is just blent in there perfectly. And look at it, it's like a perfect angle. It was his little project, and he nailed it. That was incredible. That looks absolutely amazing. We're not able to put the ties on, like the black tiles, because this is flex track, but flex track actually declines smoother because there's no gap between the tracks. Check it out. You see when you bend the track like that, it's still connected, but when you bend straight track, there becomes little gaps and it's easier for the trains to derail. I've got a ton of flex track, and we were actually running out of 1 by gray plate. Luckily, I used to use 1 by gray plate to stiffen my flex track, and I left it on there. So we extracted all of my 1 by gray plate, and there it is. So we're going to build one more curve. This one's for the far corner over there once again, but we're going to build one more right here. And look at this cute little track. Is this an amusement park update or a train track update? I'm starting to feel like it's a train track update. You know what? We better start working on a really cool fountain that's going to go out front of the Bricksie land entrance. So my new assistant, his name is Simon, him and I spent all day today building train track. He got here at 10 a.m. and we worked until 6 o'clock. We had 1.5 hour break each. So we worked for 15 hours, like combined hours, labor hours, on the city. We put 15 hours into the city, and it doesn't really look like much has changed. It's just crazy to think how part intensive Ballast train track is and how long it takes to create. It's actually crazy. Like legitimately, we worked for 15 hours today. That is insane. Oh my gosh. But you know what? It's looking pretty good. And I'm going to continue working into the night here to try and get our amusement park layout looking the way I want it. Because at the beginning of this video, I was like, we're going to get this place looking amazing. But it still doesn't look amazing. It looks like a bomb went off, but that's because we allocated so much time to making our train track just look absolutely incredible. Also, I got the fountain done, and the tile job on it is incredible. So let's take a look at what we achieved so far, and then I'm going to continue working on our amusement park layout. But yeah, Simon was like, I watched your video on the ballast curves, and it looked like a lot of pieces. But now that I've built a ballast curve, I understand that it is an insane amount of pieces that go into these. So how many did we build? Because I'm actually curious. There's 3 double 32 by 32 mills plates there. So the double train tracks, I should say. So there's 3 of them there. Then there's the double curve right here, which is actually 4 base plates, all mills plated with the bricks underneath. Now I would keep it all green. I decided to go with the concrete because I'm out of green and I have gray. So I really don't mind the concrete look. We also built this half one here and then another curve right here. So the interior line is starting to form there and the exterior line is coming along pretty nicely. Then we also did pretty much all of these halves. I don't know how many there are here, quite a few, but we made every single one of those. And then this awesome decline that he did, which I'm having a hard time getting over. I know it's not ballast, but it's like the perfect decline. It's actually like unreal. He did all sorts of amazing work on that to try and make that happen. And I was pretty impressed. I won't lie. That is pretty awesome. That's crazy. I was just going to do it with the standard track, right? And then have it go down 1 plate per segment of track, like how I used to do my inclines. But he said, no, we got to use the flex track because the flex track remains seamless when it's on a downward gradient. I was like, that's so cool. That's awesome. It looks fantastic. So good job on that. Let's check out the fountain that I built in front of the Bricksie land entrance. I was having a hard time finessing the water. You can see it's got the dish element on the top and the water spouting down and then spouts down to the bottom layer there where we have another upward facing dish. And then it's surrounded by the large macaroni bricks and topped with the tiles. I just threw a bunch of studs and cheese wedges in there to make it look like water. I think that does a really nice effect for a fountain. And then you can see it's got a border with the macaroni bricks as well, nicely tiled off. And the tile job is just awesome. I love it. Using the shield tiles and then the dark tan 2x2 and the red 2x2 tiles alternating there. And then a little bit of accent colors with the dark gray and also a border in light gray. That fountain looks pretty sweet, hey? The tile job is just so satisfying. Like that was so cool to put together. Those shield tiles, I found them on the pab wall. Incredible find. There was just a few of them, but man, I would have taken 10 cups of those because those look so darn good. I would do them all over my city. It looks awesome. So what should I continue doing? I don't know what I'm gonna have time to do tonight. We'll see. I gotta stay up late and take care of the kids. Simon is coming back tomorrow, which is Sunday, which is the day that you're watching this, and we're going to continue working on some stuff here in the Lego City. Most likely the zoo, though. I was hoping I was going to get more done here today once again, but these ballast lines, I'm telling you, like we worked like constantly. We're pretty quick builders. We worked for 15 hours. That is, I just can't get over it, how much parts these train tracks consume. It is insane. Oh, wow. So I better come up with a basic layout for some of the rides here. As you can see, I actually removed some of the stuff. It's over there. I always like laying my train track first because it's like the foundation. You lay the train track and then you sort of start placing stuff around the train track. It just seems easier. Like when you're building a city, the city of Edmonton does not do this. They should have put their LRT in and then they should have built the city. But no, now they're like doing construction all over the city to try and put the LRT to go to West Edmonton Mall, which is like one of the largest malls in North America. It is actually ridiculous. Poor planning. That is an example of the underlying plate, once again, for the curve. It is insane. Oh yeah, and another thing that I did today is place a large bricklink order from a local bricklink seller. So I'll be able to go pick that up here this week. It's got more 1x gray plate, which we need for making more of the raised train track pieces there. Like I put the 1x plate on the edge so it secures it better. Also, it's got more 4x gray plate so that we can, once again, make more of those ballast tracks for the raised line. And then it's got a bunch of miscellaneous colored 4x6 plate, 4x4 plate, some 2x2 bricks, so we can continue making more mills plates, because I just keep running out of parts when doing this stuff. It's insane, right? So yeah, I'm glad that I was able to take the time, like as we were building, and I was able to like say, okay, we need to order more of these, and we need to order more of these. We keep running out of this. So then I was like placing the orders as we were going throughout the day, which sort of made sense. So I'm really excited about picking up that order from the local Bricklink seller this week. I've got an open-ended order, so you just continue to add more and more carts. I actually found out that's the key, because what will happen is if you'll place an order on Bricklink with the intention of completing your purchase later, and you'll buy out, I don't know, you'll buy 200 of a 4x6 plate or something like that, and then before you know it, some seller will come on there, you'll have your cart ready to go, or sorry, a buyer will come on there and he'll buy all the rest of them, and then you won't be able to buy them. You're like, ah. So it's better just to place your order and have it as an open-ended order. I've learned that. And then just continue to add to your order as you find more and more parts that you need, because Lego's a hot commodity, everybody. It sells very, very quickly. Yeah. Cleaning up here pretty quickly, though. Pretty awesome. I'm running into a few complications when coming up with the layout because of the train tracks, specifically the raised train track, because I want the raised train track to come around here and then go in front of this platform right here. The problem is if the Eiffel Tower is there, it's in the way. If the loop coaster's there, it's in the way. So this is the first layout that I had in mind. It could turn and then sort of weave through and connect. That's sort of weird though. I don't know if I like that. It'd be sort of a weird weave, which looked very strange. I don't know if I like that at all. So the other option I have is the raised train track could swoop around the Eiffel Tower and then right through this loop here. I really don't know if I want to do that, because I'd have to bring it up quite high. I'd have to start elevating it even more than those supports, which I guess wouldn't be the end of the world. I could just do it like one plate every support, and then eventually it'd be at the right height, and then it could go through there and there'd be a raised train station somewhere on this platform. That might be pretty cool, actually. So that's one option. I've given that very little thought, but hey, that might actually look pretty cool. The third option is the raised train track just goes meow right there. That's probably the easiest one. The meandering option is out. That was ridiculous. So it's either going to go through the loop, which is pretty ridiculous as well, or just between the Eiffel Tower and the loop coaster. Now the Eiffel Tower is right here. So when we get this train built, I'm going to build a really cool arched like ramp that goes over it and then leads into the Eiffel Tower area, which will have a bunch of minifigure scale details. All these details here, whoa, I'm going to get rid of them all. Then we're going to put a bunch of food stands there, benches, minifigure scale trees, and details, which will look a lot better and actually fit in the theme park. So we've got all our height at the back there, that being the Eiffel Tower and the loop coaster. Looks pretty cool. There's one other big change that I got to make. Well, I've got to finish making this train track here. Also, I've got to build a new raised platform for this here, because this train is going to go underneath the raised platform that supports the mixer. Thinking of making one more change as well. You can see how tight that is right there. Yeah, don't really like that. Trying to find a new home for that haunted house and also the haunted manor, which I currently have right there. Looks pretty cool. The haunted mansion, actually, sorry, that's what it's called. Yeah, but the haunted mansion could go up here where we have our other haunted house and actually fit perfectly on the raised platform right in the corner. I think it would actually look really good. That's definitely not the permanent home of the Monster Fighters haunted house with the graveyard that I built. That has to find a new home. But this haunted manor, haunted mansion, would actually look really cool in the corner over there, I think. It'd fill it in really nicely. That would bring it out of the amusement park, but it'd still be in the amusement park vicinity and look pretty neat. And then, of course, that would free up space so that I can put this haunted house, which is the drop ride, right there. So we got the entrance. I'm not sure where I'm going to put this mini ride here. Of course, we've got our train tracks and everything. Then we're going to have a nice train crossing going over. I'm going to have to build another sort of platform for the Disney Castle. Not sure if it's going to be as extravagant as the other one. Then we've got our Disney train station and also our roller coaster right there. I think this is going to be our general layout. I think this is pretty cool. And I'm sort of digging the vibe of it, and I think it provides us enough space for minifigures and a whack of details. I've decided that the frozen ice castle will not be in the amusement park. I just don't think there's enough space for it. Originally, I thought I was going to raise it up with some white bricks and build a platform for it. Could potentially still do that, but I've still got a lot of other things that I want to integrate into the amusement park, such as food vendors, games, another train station, and also a go-kart track potentially. I'm not sure if we're going to have enough space to do a go-kart track like our amusement park used to have, but if we do one, that's not what the dog does, but if we do have one here in the amusement park, we are actually going to raise it up off the ground so that doesn't take up as much space. So enough talking, I think. I'm really excited about making a few changes here to the modular building positions in the Lego City. The first one that's going to move is the Lego store. And it's going to go right beside the Disney costume shop and have a half base plate open beside it. Not sure what I'm going to put there yet. Next up, I moved the school in the park, which frees up that entire space right there. The school in the park is now located over here beside the Boutique Hotel and also the El Cuba Fine Art Cafe, which eventually are going to be combined into one large rebrickable hotel. Next, I spun the bookshop around and put it right here beside the police station. Ever since I rebuilt the graveyard that accompanies the Monster Fighters haunted house, I haven't been satisfied with its position here in the Lego City, so now I finally have the space to move this awesome building. And I've decided to position it right beside the bookshop there. Ooh, spooky. And it's also right beside the Sanctum Sanctorum mock that I created a long time ago. I've been meaning to refurbish that into a comic book store because we now have, of course, the Sanctum Sanctorum official Lego set, which is on the corner of Pop Culture Street. So that's what I was able to achieve in the Lego room here on this fine Saturday. It seems like we're doing lots of Lego City stuff lately, whether it be the Winter Village, the zoo, the amusement park, train lines, or just moving modular buildings around. There's always something to do and sort of keeping busy. I look forward to getting everything completed, I hope, in 2023 at least, you know. But yeah, I really like the look of the train lines here. They're looking pretty awesome. I should be able to get these ballast here, or finish ballasting them at least within the next week or so, and then those will be fully operational. And then hopefully that zoo can be done hopefully within the month of December, I would imagine. Just depends on if there's any big releases in Lego, but I don't think I have anything on the way, so that's going to be pretty good that I can focus on that. And then, of course, once we're done the zoo, we'll transition on to the amusement park. I'm sort of working on both of them at once, but I foresee the zoo being completed before the amusement park because there's a lot of open space here and a lot of customization that needs to go into it, especially when you're working in mills. Just a lot of parts that need to go into it and a lot of time and a lot of energy. Like I said, we put so much time into the train track today, and that's all we got done. It doesn't look like much, but believe me, it is a lot. Also, I had a lot of fun shifting around some modular buildings here in the Lego City. I love the new position of the haunted house and also the haunted manor up top there. Did I even show you? Yeah, I put the haunted manor up top there. Yeah, that's why I moved that haunted house. I almost forgot to tell you. There we go, haunted manor up top there, and the haunted house right there. Got some open plates there that we've got to fill in, finish this train track here, build a new platform for that mixer, for that Disney castle, and sort of figure that all out, get some minifig scale details under there, and get the raised train track line going, and just so much stuff going all at once. Oh, just one more quick note on the new layout of everything. We may as well have a look at it from this side. We got Santa Claus at the shipping yard here. Shipping yard is still a work in progress as well. That pizza delivery truck is way out of line. What is he doing there? Those guys are like, hey, we got some 1x1 circular tiles here for you, sir. I don't think he accepts those for pizza. Hey, but I think it looks pretty good from this perspective as well. We got the tall loop coaster. Also, that haunted manor looks pretty good there. And the Eiffel Tower, just sort of filling in the back of the city there, adding some more height. But yeah, loving the views. I was sitting down here the other day. I was like, oh my goodness, this is looking good. I cannot wait to get these projects done. But slowly but surely making progress here in the Lego room as always. And that's what we achieved today on this fine Saturday. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on by. Remember, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff, and farewell.